currently in Deadwood right now, which is apparently this super famous place, so I was told to record today. Apparently this place was large in gold mining, maybe some, I don't know. The Deadwood TV series was filmed here. Wild Bill, whatever, was killed here. I don't know. The point of today is to try to figure out what this place is all about, because apparently everyone knows except for me. I'm looking to learn. I think this is gonna be cool. There's like a museum. I guess this is like a real thing, which is kind of sick. Kind of poggers. Craig, do you think they used poggers back in Western days?
Yes, because they be capping.
So from what I understand, they're gonna do a recreation of shooting. They're gonna do some cool thing after this. I don't know what it is.
Now, my name is Marshall Con Stapleton, and I was the first and only town marshal of Deadwood. There is only one gunshot in this particular gunfight, and the reason for that is there was only one gunshot in the true story. January 14th, 1877.
We gotta wake up old meathead here and get home before it gets dark.
Alright, nobody move! Nobody get hurt!
Hey, what are you gonna do, little Marshall?
You boys take care of Lud. I'm gonna take this scumbag to jail.
Boy, that was a close one.
You got a hole right in the middle of your forehead.
What?
Not only did David Love walk out of Al Chapman's saloon that night, but he continued to walk the streets of Deadwood for 67 days. Thank you much for coming, folks, and have a great Deadwood day.
Pick a number from 1 to 10.
Okay, 6.
6, yeah. Right to face your accuser. Right to consult counsel. Okay, pick another number. I'll give you another clue. Pick a number.
Okay, 4.
4, yeah. Secure in person, property, residence.
Are you just reciting the Bill of Rights?
Oh, yeah! Oh, I don't get a correct answer usually before I get
Well, that's what I thought
five.
initially, but I thought that was too easy.
Cops coming up here giving you crap. He's stomping on your rights. What are you going to do? What right do you have to stop him from stomping on your rights? You want to talk a little bit about Deadwood? Can we do this and wander? I mean, look at how beautiful it is. We got to get out here in the sunshine.
This is Rick. His dog is Coda. He's sort of a pioneer of this place as far as I understand.
No, not even close.
Not even close.
I was brought up in Red Lodge, Montana. I mean, if you take a look at this, we've got the Franklin Hotel right here. Okay, and then right here behind us, you'll see the Silverado. It's a steak and a lot. You'll see this contraption. What the heck is this thing?
This for like tanning?
You're getting close. It is gold related. I'll give you that. What you do is you put your dirt, debris, and all of that stuff, a big shovel full of it, put it right here on this pan. Through this action here, you let all of that clean off, but the gold would develop and drop on which side of this? This side it is.
One question real fast. What can you tell me about the like cowboy-ish history of this place? Because I heard
Oh my goodness.
I heard a little bit, you know.
I tell people, you know, if we look through history, we find there are periods of times when things happen, but it doesn't seem like it's just one thing. It just seems like bang, 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 one thing after another.
Yeah.
Then we can take a look at what happens here in the year 1876. But you'll notice in 1876 is at that time Cheyenne Frontier Day started. Hey,
What's
what
that?
the heck am I talking about? The rodeoing and all of that kind of fun stuff. What a rodeo! Come on down. Yep, Cheyenne Frontier Days is coming up. If it'll be close, it's coming up. That was also the year that Deadwood really came into being something. You'll notice a lot of the dates will have that particular year in it. That was also the year that we know about here commonly, Wild Bill days. Wild Bill, he was here, saloon number 10. Come on down. Right down the street, right down here above the Wild Bill Bar. And the Wild Bill Bar is where actually Wild Bill got shot. It used to be then called Nettles and Man, and that is the original Saloon number 10.
And Wild Bill was shot by McCall?
Jack McCall.
What did Wild Bill do?
Well, he come in and said, okay, first time around in the trial, he said, well, he shot my brother. Apparently that was good enough back in the day. So he got away with it, and then it was reevaluated. You want to know the rest of his name? Wild Bill Hickok. But that's not his real name. His real name is James Butler. James Butler Hickok. Took his daddy's name when he thought he was in trouble because he thought he killed the guy riding Pony Express who he was working with. Well, it turns out they both wound up in the river, got separated in this ugly fist fight, and the other guy thought he killed Wild Bill. He was sitting there at the poker table. Now, he will not sit at a place where he can put
Wait, he was killed at a poker table?
Yeah, sitting at a poker table. He would not sit with his back to a door. But the hand he held in his hand at that time, aces and eights.
Aces and eights.
You've heard that phrase before. The dead man's hand.
The dead man's hand. Wild Bill, or James Butler, was killed at the poker table because... why?
Because somebody could get behind him with a loaded gun.
So everyone...
They came in the back door.
Everyone just wanted him dead.
No, just Jack at that particular point in time. What Wild Bill is probably most famous for is a shot that occurred, a 75, I'm going to say yard, but you know, it may need correction on the scale. But it was still a phenomenal shot across the town square and put the bullet in the guy's heart. One gal's diary around here that said, on this day, we almost made it all day without somebody getting shot.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, learning about this place. Well, maybe I'll see you again today. Or how long are you guys gonna be out here? That guy was so cool. That's probably the coolest guy I've ever met in my entire life. The actual bar-ish, poker, whatever place, Wild Bill was shot. Technically, James Butler. I just got out of the thing downstairs that I was telling you guys about, but I wasn't allowed to record. But I was allowed to take pictures. So here are a couple pictures from that thing. This lady, Calamity Jane, I've been hearing about her a lot today. She said that Wild Bill was the only man that she loved. They were just friends. After Wild Bill died, she said that she wanted to be buried next to Wild Bill. The guy who shot Wild Bill McCall, behind the head, bang, dead. The bullet went through Wild Bill's head, out his cheek, and into the arm of someone across from him at the table, Captain Massey. That first shot made me jump, I'm not even kidding. We're at the Broken Boot Gold Mine. I don't really know what's special about this place, but I guess it's relevant. I'm pretty excited. I think it'll be cool, and it's like a real mine.
Hole down here off to the left, that is the original entryway into the mine, so miners would have had to crawl in on all four hands and knees. It turns out we don't have any poisonous gases, but they didn't know that at the time, so they went ahead and dug that cross drift just to be safe. And if you'll notice, there's actually some turquoise crystal starting to form in a couple spots up here. And then the band off to the far right-hand side, the dark brown reddish color, this is oxidized iron. So definitely a lot of iron down here in the mine.
You really gotta duck through this stuff. Yeah.
Found that in their quarter turn. Each time they do that quarter turn, it helps to simulate that drilling motion. Get an idea of what it was like for the miners working down here in the dark. About 20 candles going at any given time. So once your eyes adjust down here, you'll realize that there's actually a pretty decent amount of light down here. And I seriously thought it was one of the kids that we had working here who came up behind me. Then all of a sudden there was this pressure on my neck. And I couldn't even finish talking what I normally say in the dark. I had to buzz the office to turn on the lights, and it took me a moment to kind of catch my breath. When I got out of here, there was a lady that was kind of hanging out towards the end of the tour group that needed to talk to you. And she was like, I'm a medium from New York, and I just want you to know that there was a presence behind you in the mine when we were standing down there. People coming up from the mine, I didn't want to scare anybody, you know, going, yeah, I just tried to, you know, like, would you come into a mine if you had just heard that there was a spirit in there trying to kill somebody? You know, probably not, right? I was tailing a tour one time, and there was this swirling white cloud that was always just like about 6-8 feet away from me. I live about a quarter of a mile from a cemetery. I watched indentations in the snow going towards the cemetery.
Oh, that's freaky.
And yeah, I was like, oh.
Everyone loves a good old-fashioned ghost story. We're going to some carriage ride or something like that, I think. Stagecoach ride. Cutting it a little close. That's why we're kind of fast walking here. There's Rick again. There's my man.
Hold it right there, Webb. I'm taking you in. I have in the leg. Ow! Hold it right there, Webb. Oh, I heard about shit, man. What's going on?
There's nothing super notable or particular here that I want to show, so I'm going to do a montage of some of the stuff at the Days of 76 Museum.
Well, Daddy died a miner, Grandpa he did too. I'll bet this coal will kill me before my working days is through. In a hole that's dark and dirty, an early grave confined. I plan to make a union for the ones I leave behind. Stand up, boys, let the bosses know. Turn your buckets over, turn your lanterns low. There's fire in our hearts and fire in our soul, but there ain't gonna be no fire in the hole. There ain't gonna be no fire in the hole.
Rick has brought us to Saloon 10, what he was talking to us about. Just like that.
We were talking a little bit earlier about my military time.
Yeah.
There's nothing really magnificent or glamorous or anything.
On our walk over here, every single person you just said hi to, you were talking to them, every single person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Something wrong with that?
no, that's amazing. I'm just wondering.
Why don't
because-
you?
No, I'm very extroverted, and I talk to a lot of people. Like, you know, that's kind of why I'm even here talking to you and Coda. Do you know any of these people?
Oh yeah, some of them I do. I grew up most of my life not able to hear, but not knowing what the problem was.
Yeah.
No. I don't want to hear it. You realize life matters when you get to the point and realize for yourself you don't care if you live or die. And it's awful easy to get there. Now, in my case, I probably had every excuse in the world, right? I said, well, I can't do this. If I'm going to kick the bucket, I'm going to ski one more time. Remember Kent Walk?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is a challenge, right? I started walking a little farther each day. First it was about 25, 50 feet, stop, pant like a rabid dog. Then it was 75 feet. Then it was all the way down to the mailbox and back. And it is now the last day. I get up there and I get off the mountain and I go, wow, I can do this. This is easier than walking. So I started being a ski instructor. So now I'm a ski and snowboard instructor. There's a time you've got to decide life is worth living. And then you realize just how valuable life is. And if you start looking down your nose at somebody that's sitting behind the bar serving you drinks, maybe they're a whole lot happier doing what they're doing and where they're doing it. And then the question is, are you happy? If you're not, maybe you need to do something.
It has been an amazing pleasure, just like the first time.
A pleasure, sir. You have a grand day.
We're at the cemetery where Wild Bill and Calamity Jane are buried, so we just gotta find them. Tell me this isn't the most perfect mood for a cemetery. I guess aside from lightning, but I wouldn't be out here in lightning, so this is the perfect mood for me for the cemetery.
Welcome to Deadwood! I know why you're all here today. You're to watch me play some cards, right? I guess story time's over. I need 4 volunteers out of y'all. There's one right there. How many do I got now? You're Carl, man. Harry Young, you're my bartender. Get back there and get to work. This place is a mess. Fellas,
Carl,
how's the game going? Charlie, get out of my chair.
No, this is my chair.
No, it isn't. You don't want to sit there. Get out.
No, this is my lucky chair.
I don't care how lucky you think it is. Get out of my chair, Charlie.
This is my chair.
And again, ask Charlie for his chair.
All right, give me the cards. I'll deal them out. What's the matter with this guy, Carl? Has he been that way all day? Yeah.
Bill quickly turned while drawing his gun. Recognizing McCall as a newcomer to town, he greeted him with a friendly,
"Howdy, Jack. What are you doing? We don't need you lurking over our shoulders. Get out of here, kid." You believe that guy, Carl?
Upon returning directly behind Wild Bill, suddenly Jack McCall.
Got a good hand?
Get out of here! Get out of here! Look at that sky. First off, that's really crazy because this is like the dark, gloomy, climactic part. We're entering the final standoff or whatever of Jack McCall and him being caught. Then the trial. Then strangers looking at me because I'm recording in public.
This is Jack McCall, the scumbag that shot Wild Bill.
Now look what you done. Jack, what do you want on your tombstone?
Pepperoni.
Get him out of here.
It is the best guy.
For that comment.
Raise your right hand, put your hand on the book, please. Do you swear the story about telling the truth, all truth, none but the truth?
Yes.
Yeah, what is your job?
I'm a bartender. I'm employed by Carl Mann and Bill. I was tending bar when that drifter was stolen in. I had just given Wild Bill $15 in pocket checks. Then that young fella walks up to me, says his name was Bill Sutherland, and asked me for a shot of whiskey. He's drunk. I think we'll conclude skunk, manure face. Next thing I knew, I heard a gunshot, looked up to see McCall pointing a navy revolver at Wild Bill and backing towards the door. That's when I ran out of the bar with the rest.
Mr. Miller.
What exactly were you doing when you heard that gunshot go off?
Like I said, I was at the bar weighing out polka dots.
So, you didn't actually see Jack McCall shoot Wild Bill, now did you? How interesting. No further questions.
Maintenant, pendant ce temps, j'ai trouvé Jack pour entrer au nom agreeable.
What? I ain't understand a word he said.
He speaks pretty good French for a German.
French, Italy, Spain.
What?
No.
What?
No English.
Hold on a second here. Since you're so good at it, translate that into English for us.
Pourquoi?
No parlez-vous?
English?
Yeah.
No.
Oh. What are you looking at over there?
I got the English one here.
Give it to him!
Wild Bill killed my brother, so I killed him. Wild Bill tried to kill me if I ever crossed his path again. I'm not sorry for what I've done. I'd do the same thing all over again.
We, the jury, after careful consideration, find the defendant, Jack McCall, not guilty.
You might want to get out of town. He'd even start bragging about how he simply shot Wild Bill just over a game of cards. All that bragging, though, would catch up to him, made it excessively easy to track him down. McCall will be rearrested in Laramie Saloon the night of August 29th by Deputy Marshal Falcone. And justice was finally served. Thank you so much for being here. Woo!